Well, hello, my darlings, and welcome to Wednesdays with Wallace Psychic Medium, which, of course, we all know isn't on a Wednesday. It comes out of a weekend, your weekend, my weekend. Well, it comes out, I think, for most of you on Friday, your time. Some others in the world, it comes out on Saturday, your time as well. But here we are, whatever time it comes out, here we are, and we're back again. I'm grabbing the cards from in front of me. Lots of things have been coming. I felt a bit overwhelmed with it all this week. Felt a bit, what the, WTF. But the title of today's video is Drunks, Lunatics, and a Tyrant. What's the game? What's the game? So we're going to take a look at that. I'm going to talk about that in a few minutes as I go along. I'm very excited to see Bernie Sanders and AOC out there holding big rallies and talking to people, answering questions, getting some of this straight. Let me just open the door for the bigger Earth Angel. Go on, quickly, away you go. You going or not? Right, back again. Tell you, they don't give you a minute's peace. If you get in here fighting, I'm going to put you both out. Yeah, it's great to see, Bernie Sanders and AOC out there answering questions, representing the truth of the things that are going on, and chatting with people. Of course, Musk and Trump are trying to have a go at them. Of course they are. They'd love to silence them if they could, but they can't. And, the governors, so it's good to see all those governors, not all of them, but a good many of the governors in the US. I'm writing down some things as I think of them. The governors in the US are also pushing back and coming out and saying things, even though, he then in turn attacks them. And I must say, how difficult is it in life to stand up for what we believe in, to stand up for the things that we would like to say and we know we should be saying, and, have somebody in a powerful position, trying to hunt us down or trying to, give us a hard time or, close us down or, put us out of a job. Or it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. It's disgusting. So the title of today is, Drunks, Lunatics, and a Tyrant. What's the game? The game. Well, the game is to tear it all down, darlings. We know that. The game is to tear down education. He's doing that, isn't he? And science. I see the other day where a French scientist was, coming into America for discussions around some of, the science issues and some of the things that have been going on. And he had texted one of his people that he was talking to in the US, somebody he'd been working with, other people that he knew. I see where he had texted them, some opinions and thoughts around Trump and the things that he was doing in relation to cutting back and closing down, all the science areas. And, of course, they became aware of that. And boom, where are we living? What are we living in? And, they wouldn't allow him into the US. More and more of that's going to happen, by the way. more and more of it. So if you think you're living with freedom and in a free country, you're not. If you think it's only happening with other people, it's not. It's going to be happening with, the people in America when they speak out. And if we're not careful, we're going to see a huge, massive amount of people frightened. Well, that's how it all starts, darling. That's how tyrants work. That's how they all play their game. They shut down media so people can't get the communication or the true communication, and they put in its place all of the propaganda and all of the other nonsense and lies and skullduggery and all the rest of the nonsense. And the legal system, I see where they're started to pick on some of the big legal companies now, and they're even looking to stop them from going into courts. And awful stuff that's going on. It's chaos. It's absolute chaos. But that's intentional. So let's look at the game. What's the game? The game is to create chaos so that you shut people down. You shut down everything around you because that's chaos. And people don't know whether they're coming or going. And, they create confusion, ignorance, and isolation. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, what's the answer? The answer is to push back. Don't step back now, darlings. Don't step back. The answer is to push back. Okay, I'm going to leave that. That card just dropped out. It's the Ace of Cups. Very emotional time, But there's an opportunity. Okay, all right. All these cups, 5 of Cups. I love this one. Okay, 5 of Cups. So the question, we're going to look at a question and we'll see what those mean in relation to the question. But what I do want to say to you, darlings, is that now's not the time to run scared from your own life or even that's happening externally. Don't run scared from it. What's the old saying? You've got to be in it to win it. And, this is all part of that, darlings, isn't it? You do have to be in it to win it. And I wanted to put this out. There's been ads appearing on my YouTube channel about various political parties. And I'll speak out if I have a particular bent towards something or why I do or whatever, but some of that stuff that's appearing on the YouTubers ads, like Clive Palmer's party trumpeted, whatever it is, I can't even pronounce it. I don't even want to know the name of it. That's nutso, and I'm very annoyed that they're putting that on my channel because I am absolutely pro-democracy and I am all about freedom, freedom of speech and freedom to live our lives. And at the moment in the United States of America, that's being severely eroded, and more and more people lobby your local members of parliament, lobby them and tell them to get out there and talk to people, get out there and say what's what. Now, I woke up this morning with this, and Spirit said to me this morning, make sure that what was I being told? Make sure that I timestamp this particular video. Why is that? Because I'm going to say something that I have no idea where it's coming from, why I'm saying it or what it's about, but they said timestamp the video. What does that mean? Okay, it means that I'm telling you that it's Wednesday afternoon at 2:44 p.m. in Australia. So whatever time that is elsewhere in the world, but I'm doing the video now because I have my brother with me, and I'm spending the day with him tomorrow and taking him to the airport on Friday for his flight home back to where he lives. And so okay, all right, another card that's come out. Okay, Three of Pentacles. We'll have a look at those in a minute. And so I'm doing the video today for the weekend. So I'm time stamping it because one of the things that came to me as I was getting out of bed this morning, what came to me was Trump falling over. He was going to fall over. And I don't mean his regime is falling over, but himself was going to fall over and not be in good physical state. I didn't see him dying in it, but I did see him. I got this feeling of him falling. So he's falling, having a fall. Something is going to happen. And it seemed to be imminent, which is probably why they were talking about time stamping the video or something, which I've never done before. But anyway, look, I'm going to go with all that. I have no idea what all that means, but I'm going to go with it. Now, the question I'm going to be asking, the first question I'm asking is, and I want to just have a little chat also about that whole thing about that, what did somebody say and where did it come from? No idea, but those of you who watch other things might be able to pick up where it actually came from. It's not mine, it didn't come from me, so I'm not laying claim to it, but I did hear it and I thought it was rather clever, and it was called Whiskey Leak. Whiskey Leaks. I love it. Whiskey Leaks. I nearly put it on the video, but I thought, oh no, it's not mine, I best not do that. Whiskey Leaks. So that whole thing around the all the security stuff and Hegseth. No, I'm drunk. If I hold my head, darlings, it's because there you are. If I hold my head, darlings, it's because I'm. If it wasn't so serious, it'd be bloody hilarious. Where are these drongos coming from? Where did they get them all? What a bunch of drongos. Where did they get all these blokes to put in jobs and... Oh, it's a joke. Yeah, it's a giant mistake-a-thon. Giant, big mistake-a-thon. And the collective action by everyone is needed more now than it's ever been needed if you are to save all those areas, those pillars of your democracy and freedom, those pillars: education, science, media, and the legal system. Boy, oh boy, kiddies, he's trying real hard to pull it down real quick. What about the drongo who sent the email? And now it'll be up to that editor at the Atlantic, I think it was, wasn't it? It'll be up to the editor of the paper anyway, whatever paper it was that they sent it to, whether he'll release what they got. Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, Page of Pentacles and the Tower card. There's 5 cards that have fallen out, been pushed at me. Are there any messages of hope in this? That's what I want to know. I think there is. I think there's hope in this. Don't feel, even though the next thing I'm going to say is, I think from an Australia's point of view, any Aussies that are listening, I think from Australia's point of view, we've got to be careful. We've got to be mindful. Anything to do with Trump in it. What about that Tucker Carlson being here, touted as being some, freaking guru? And they're charging $45 or something a head, to go and listen to the lunatic, another drongo. And they let him into the country. And he has ties with Russia. What's going on? We're doing nothing. Oh, we've got to be careful. Anyway, you Aussies who are on, we've got to be very, very careful. And we've got to, we've got to be diligent and keep our eye on all this stuff because it creeps up on you pretty quick. Be careful. We need to be careful. We'll have our own democracy, out on the edge. We've got to be very, very careful. This is not time for all that nonsense. And we need to stand firm. Sorry, darlings, I love all of you Americans. You know I love you dearly. And it's not about you, but it's about your bloody government. And we need to stop being an ally of America. Sorry, but we do. We do. Okay, question. Will Hegseth keep his job? Will he stay in his job? Will he be there? Well, we've already had a lot of cards come out, so I'm going to show you the cards again, those ones that come out, and then I'm going to look at the ones that come out over the top of it. Tower card, Page of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Five of Cups, and Ace of Cups. Okay, what do we got here? Well, okay. Tearing down old structures, tearing down the whole bloody thing. Well, they're certainly trying to do that, aren't they? I mean, they're doing their damnedest. And he's doing his damnedest too, that lunatic. What another drongo. Jesus. Big, giant mistake-a-thon. That's a joke. But I do feel the Humpty Dumpty, the Tyrant, I think he's skating on thin ice, and he knows it. And he's living in an unreal world. He has no idea. He's not in touch with reality. I promise you, he's not. He's not in touch with reality. So he's in La La Land, and pardon the pun, but he's living in La La Land. What I'm getting from the thing with Hegseth is that I don't think it'll last, love. I think part of this whole, the Tower card coming up, the whole thing happening with it all, this whole emotional, this whole area, it'll be very emotional and all that sort of stuff. But I think the Teflon Don, I think, to protect himself, he's going to, and he's not in his right mind. I want to just make that very clear. He's not in his right mind. So as part of all this, and he's not going to be aware of some of the stuff that he does, and he does things fairly quickly. Things are happening. I'm feeling this escalation. It's like things are rushing forward. I feel all this energy rushing at me. So I'm going to say, and all those words that came, confusion, ignorance, isolation, chaos, on so many levels, on so many levels. But don't get caught up in it because the Tower card has come here, and for me that always means the tearing down of old structures. They're trying to tear down the old structures. They're trying to tear down everything so they dismantle it all. it's really interesting. So they can build it in their own image. You know, they can rebuild all this in their own image, but they're not going to get away with it. And they're not going to get away with it because there isn't enough. There isn't enough. What am I getting? There isn't enough resistance yet. But there will be. Yes, not surprising, is it? The Devil Strength card, Queen of Wands. The Devil card says to me that, you know, um, um, the Devil card. Yeah, well, the devil's in the details, that's for sure. The Devil card here represents to me, when I see it, is all about this, you know, there's two sides to everything. That's what's coming to me. There's two sides to everything, and we're seeing one side portrayed in the media, but what we're not seeing is what's going on behind the scenes. And I think Teflon Don is, he doesn't want these people, he doesn't want them all making a fool of him. And he's being booed when he goes places. He's coming up against some pretty difficult and hard things for somebody who's a narcissist such as he is. So what's happening there is that he's not happy. He's not happy. He's not happy. And but you need a lot of strength cards here, and I think it's really, really important to stay strong at this point of time. Stay strong in it all. Stay centered in it all. Watch your back. Be careful of the media, and I think we're going to see a lot more. I think we're going to see a huge upheaval. Huge upheaval. I feel it. It's like it's like a volcano, you know. It's like I can feel this energy, you know, that's been built. It's building and building and building and building until it erupts. Because the bottom line is, will you know, will Americans acquiesce and step back and hand him all this on a platter and say it's all yours, mate, have it? Or will they rebel against it? And I think that there has to be some strong action to take place. Otherwise, no, they're going to go on and they're going to achieve all this, because they're creating chaos and people don't know how to. You take a look at history. People don't know how to react in chaos. They don't know what to do in the middle of chaos. And so it needs strong leadership, different type of leadership, strong leadership. It needs people out there like Bernie Sanders and AOC and these governors in these various areas. It needs these people, women. It needs more women. Okay, I've got this here. You know, this Queen of Wands. It needs. I'm getting the vision of out of the ashes rises the phoenix. It needs. It needs strong women to push and lead the way. It wasn't enough to get behind Kamala Harris and all that sort of thing. Can't live in the past. You've got to live with what's there now. And if they can bring all those women onto, you know, online for Kamala Harris and all that, they've got to do that for this. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they've got to do that for this. Yep, love it. Yep. Okay, we've got this 10 of um uh God, can't think today, kiddies. Um Wands. We've got this Wands card. I was too busy thinking about and not thinking, feeling. I was too busy looking at it and feeling that um oh, you know, if you're not careful, you know, um, all of the opportunities that you have for greatness, all of the opportunities that you have to take back, take back, reclaiming, claim back your rights, claim back. Only you can do that. You have to do that collectively as a people. You can't be relying on, a politician over here or this one over here or this one over here because they can't do it alone either. And you have some very, very strong people. But again, you've got, all these, you've got Tim Maltz out there. Contact all these people, get behind them. What can you do? What about, look at all this area. Look when Kamala was running to be president of the United States. Gosh, there were so many people and so much got behind her. What's happened? This is more important than that was. This is more important because this is everything. Get on with it. Get on with doing something about it. Don't sit back and wait for others. Lobby, ring your local members of parliament. What are they doing? What are your congressmen doing? What are your senators doing? What are they all doing? Oh, what are they all doing? Get behind Bernie Sanders and AOC. Contact your, member. What are they doing to help Bernie Sanders and AOC and those governors? Contact your governor of this. What are you doing? What more can you do? Contact people. If you can't go out and you can't march, well, what can you do? Look at the things that you can do. I just want to have a little look at this. What's been coming for me is he's not, and because he's not in his right mind, he doesn't realise the repercussions of it all because the other bloke will turn on him like a vampire or a viper. Um, Trump and Musk, what's going on there? What's going on with Trump and Musk? What's happening with Trump and Musk? Because I get this really, really strong feeling that Teflon Don's going to turn against him. What's going on there? What's going on with Trump and Musk? I want to know what's going on with Trump and Musk. Will Trump will Trump turn on him? Even though the card that's okay, what have I got here? Um, okay, I've got the Eight of Pentacles. Oh, what am I getting? You'd think he wouldn't turn on him because Musk rigged the election for him. All that malware, all that stuff. But I think that's when it's all going to come out because Teflon Don's going to turn on him and Musk is going to open it up like a can of worms. And I think in a reading, the last reading I did, I saw Musk, travelling. I think he'll open up the can of worms and then he'll run for the hills. That's what I'm getting. I'm going to go with that. Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, yeah, okay. So we've got it here. We've got the Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Four of Cups, only one left there. It's pretty and this, as I said, this Eight of, Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. There is a, oh, I'm getting something here. Just gonna, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay. Two of Wands and the Temperance card. What I'm seeing here in all of this is because Humpty Dumpty's not in his right mind, because he's not in his right mind, um, and he's busy tending all of his money. Trumpy's busy doing his normal thing. All he knows how to do is grift. He's so busy with doing the deals around the money that he's that's where his head's at. The money, where he can grift it from, where he can take it from. And I can tell you now, he's not happy, and he won't be happy about the other bloke taking the money and taking more than he's able to get. He doesn't like that, and he's become very resentful of it. He's yeah, there's a lot going on around him and Musk, and it's not good stuff. And I think, I feel, I believe he'll turn on him. I believe he'll turn on Musk, and he'll do it. He'll do it, through one of his, um, things that he writes, and it'll be out in the open. He'll slip up, as he's prone to do. He's always slipping up, and he'll slip up. Something will go wrong, and boom, it'll all be out in the open. And then the other bloke, the Doge fellow, Musk, who is, if he's not in enough trouble already, God help us, he's going to find himself um, travelling. I said that before. He's going to be travelling, but because he has to, I think he'll hightail it. I think he'll shift his base and hightail it out of America. I think he'll shift his base and hightail it out of America. I think Trump will turn on him pretty soon. So we'll look at this. Surprise, surprise. Yes, okay, all right. What have we got? What's the first card out? Chaos. What's the second card out? Purity. And what's the third card? Focus. Focus, focus. See this wise fellow here? Focus on what's really going on. Don't get into the chaos. Don't get into being caught up in all of the, the smoke and mirrors and the nonsense and all the chaos. Focus on what you can do and how you can do things. And this purity card for me is a beautiful card because it says to me, stay in your own thinking. Don't get swayed. Don't get swayed, and be very clear on what the game is that's going on, what the game is, because you pull down all those areas, and boom, like that, democracy is gone, and freedom is gone, and you'll be living in a very, very different country in a very different situations than what you are now. Call your local members of parliament, call your congressmen, call your senators, get on their back, get them going, get their bums in the gear and get them out there. And what are they doing to support Bernie Sanders and AOC? And Bernie Sanders of his own, volition went out there, to get everybody and rally everybody and educate people on something different. More of that. Don't let the education be pulled down. Don't let science be dismantled by dismantling all of the organisations and areas that are associated with science, and don't let them take over the media so that they control what's being said and all the things that go on that are all hidden, and you start a real scary stuff. And your legal system, don't let them dismantle your legal system by having a go at all those big legal companies and that, and having a go at the people and taking away their rights and things like that. Stand up. That's my last word on it. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going now. I've talked to you enough about all this. I do honestly believe that the positives, there are lots of really good positives happening, but you have to shore that up. That's what I'm feeling. And I can see this structure of things, and it needs to make sure that it's shored up and it's got good foundations. More and more people in underneath it, more and more people lifting it up, more and more people, being present to what's happening. Don't let your guard down. I love you. I care about you. And the rest of the world's doing the same. And quite frankly, we're not without some effect and overflow from all this Trumpism bullshit. And it's seriously a giant bloody mistake-a-thon. And but they're a bunch of drongos, and we in Australia need to make sure that we stay focused and we don't let these blokes come here and go on with all their rubbish and we gobble it up. It'll give us indigestion if we do. Okay, love. I care about you. I go with you. And you go with me. I love you. You've no idea this last week how much I felt all this. So much so that at one stage I thought, oh, how am I helping? How am I helping? The whole point of it all is to be of help. Make comments. Subscribe to the channel. Make comments. Go and have a look at that other website of ours, mystictarotinsights.com. Have a little play, put your question in and get your 3-card reading. It's all free. If you want to be helpful to the channel, you can buy me a coffee. That would be great. And seems to be a lot, isn't it? Buy me a coffee, go to the other channel, subscribe. Well, let's just hit the button and make comments. Make comments. Let me know that you're here, and a lot of you do, and I love you for it. More of you, please do that. And if you want a reading, you just go to boldnotold.com.au, and on there you can click on it and you can get a reading, and you could also have a little read about what other people have said about the readings they've had with me. That's my shameless self-promotion for the day. At the end of the video, if you do watch it to the end, or skip forward or do whatever else you do. And I love you. Mwah. And I'll see you next week on Wednesdays with Wallace Psychic Medium. Mwah. Wherever you are in the world. Love, love.